And this is Sandy with Needs Ribbon, and I promise I'm using different camera equipment. Unlike the disaster that was my live 2 nights ago when I first showed you the hot foil system from Stampin Up. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and get started and then we'll talk. So this is the hot foil system. I unboxed it with you. This is the silicone pad that it sits in because you don't want to get your whatever you're using your surface too hot. It comes with a power supply. It's a MagSafe power supply. Amen on that. I'm not kidding when I say that. I got a handle in the way. So it's MagSafe. So in other words, it'll break away. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and get that out of the way. Yeah, we've got, the cord is really stiff. Okay, so we can see by the red blinking light that it is heating. So we're going to start the heating system and then we're going to talk while that goes on. So here are our instructions, and I read them about 50 times before I started because I was really nervous, and that's why I didn't want to do my first time live. I was going to, and I'm like, no, this actually is making me kind of nervous. So we, meaning me, myself, and I, chose not to do that. And I've watched videos. I saw this live at our Long Beach On Stage 2 and all of that. So it's still blinking. It takes about when you go into a heating session, the first time takes about 6.5 minutes. So I thought we can talk while it heats up. And I promise not to set anything on it. Yes, I can feel it's heating. And that is a silicone cover on it so the stuff doesn't stick. So it comes with the power cord. I've got it plugged in directly into the wall. I'm not using any extensions. I don't recommend. This is true for, if you didn't know this, for anything that has a heating element. You want it plugged into the wall as near as you can get to the source. Obviously, it's not ideal always. Sometimes you might have to plug it into a power strip or an extension cord, but you really don't want to. This goes true with blow dryers, crock pots, and anything else with a heating element. I'm giving you a little education. You want to go as close to the source, the wall plug, as possible always. So mine is directly into the wall plug, and I need to upgrade that wall plug. That's not a safety issue. That is a different, that is a Sandy issue. That is a Sandy issue. So we've got our silicone platform. I'm going to use the butterfly die. This is an additional little silicone thing that it comes with, and we'll go over that. And our little magnet thing, again, that comes with your kit. You can get an extra one. I really would like an extra one. I've signed up to get alerted when the additional ones of these come available. Right now, I only have the one that came with my kit, but look at that. Isn't that cool? And again, I can tell this is, oops, not scrape it. It has a different feel and a different coating. So that way I know it's the hot plate, as it were, type and not the steel rule die. Again, this is the cutting type. Your thinlet. We used to call these thinlets. Back, oh my god, I'm dating myself. Anyway, it goes back a long time. The metal feels smooth. It's not coated. It is polished. It has a shine versus, hopefully you can see that this does not. It's more of a matte look. That is how you can tell them apart. And again, there's other coatings on there. So it's heating up. I can definitely am feeling it. And then I have set, probably just out of camera view, we're going to be making a sandwich. And we'll learn about that in a minute. And then we have the hot foil shim and the hot foil spacer. And they go shim, so that's kind of your lettuce, and this is your bun, as it were. That's just one way I've always kind of remembered, going back to even our Big Shot days, of that's my lettuce and that's my sandwich bun. And we'll have some other pieces coming in shortly. So first thing we do is we set it up, we plug it in, and then it's going to flash red during the heating, about 6 minutes, while the white timer button stays lit. And it'll beep and flash when it's ready for the next step. The next step will be putting the hot foil item. It's a die, but it's a different kind of die. And don't forget, it all are proper dies. They Stampin' Up on them and the item number. And it'll go smooth side down. And then I have, for this first one that I'm going to try with you, we are going to try the Oh So Nummy black cardstock and gold foil. I've got that ready. What else? So then it heats up, and then we'll make our sandwich, and then we run it through our machine and all of that. And again, I will walk through all these steps. And I talked fast because I thought I wouldn't have enough time. So we'll back up a minute. While it's still heating, eventually what's going to happen is the next step is we'll put the die smooth side down onto our hot plate. And then we push the timer button again, and it takes about 1.5 minutes, and it's going to heat this plate. And then we'll build the rest of our sandwich, and then we'll unplug it. And then we run it through our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. I incorrectly called it the Big Shot the other day. It does not work with the old Sizzix Big Shot because the width on the machine is different. Our machine is slightly wider, and this is slightly wider, so it won't fit in the old Sizzix machine. So if you want to invest in the Stampin' Up hot foil system and you have a different branded machine, in theory it'll work, but the problem is that, again, there we go. Our base, the base, and I don't want to drag the handle over that, just isn't wide enough to fit the machine. The height, I believe, is about the same. You may have to shim it a little bit, but again, it's not going to fit. It's not that you're going to avoid any warranties on that part. Yes and no. So I want to bring my die over, and I'm going to just, I want to lay it fairly square this time. Do you see how that's handy? I'm going to press my timer button, and it's going to flash yellow until it's ready for the next step. And this is the exciting part. And well, we've got a little bit of time here. I want to show you. So this is the pink foil. This is what's left after the pink foil, and I'm going to try and play with some ideas to use the rest of the foil. And this is the gold foil, and this is the silver foil, and more of the pink foil. And here is the pink foil on our Barely Blush cardstock. I saw that and I'm like, yep, we gotta try that. I jumped right in, and actually that was the first combination I did, is the pink foil and the Barely Blush cardstock. I jumped right into colors. I know most people have been using more of the neutral cardstocks. I brought in gold. I'm running out of hands because I know that's gonna beep at me any minute. This is the gold on Berry Vanilla, which I also think is just kind of a sexy look. It's very classic. And then we have our Hydrangea Hue and Silver. That was a combination I really wanted to try. And when you look at it in certain angles, it looks like the foil has not, that it's rough. It's actually not. It's just the angle. And one more, and then we'll get going. Melon Mambo and pink foil. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. And I'm not really a pinky girl, but it just works. Okay, putting these aside. So the next step, we need to take the colored side of the foil and lay it down carefully over our now hot die. And then we lay our cardstock. So we're building our sandwich. So kind of the meat, cheese, as it were, whatever your thing is, our lettuce And you don't want to move it around too much because you don't want that to shift right now. And then our bun, and we want to unplug. We always unplug for a lot of reasons. And I did not give quite enough space to this. I want to make sure I stay mostly in camera. And we're going to bring our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine over, and hopefully you can see good. And we're going to run this through. Trying to keep, we don't want to shift that cardstock until it's gone through the machine. And we want to go slow. The first time I did this, I actually filmed. I managed to do it one-handed. And I had to go slow because I was doing this all one-handed. So I had the camera in one hand. I didn't have it set up, but again, you'll see some of that later. So we want to go through slow. And it's not super hot. We want to bring it back over. And I'm doing this in minimal space because I want to show you. So now we can take our foil spacer off, our lettuce, our shim, and we can pick this up. I'm going to just see if I can use this to pull it off. And you see what it looks like. And I'm going to put this over on my, I'm being very careful here for you guys' sake. And you see how nothing is attached onto our die, and that's okay. It's the way we want it. This is how it comes off. That is our butterfly, our 5-part butterfly. But you want to see the magic? Do you want to see the magic? Of course you do. That's why you're here. So we're going to slowly peel this off. And I'm going to bring it up so you can see that. Yeah. Isn't that something? Isn't that just beautiful? And now I'm gonna get my lettuce and my bun set up again. Now, because I want to make sure you see this, I'm gonna bring this over. And now see, I've got my regular Stampin' Cut Emboss base. I've got this set up to do the thinlet or the steel ruled dies. So I've got my 1, 2, put our cardstock down. I'm going to bring my die over, my die, my cutter, die plate, die, whatever terms I'm learning. And I'm going to line that up. Nope, I got that wrong. Y'all probably yelling at me anyway. I need my 3 down. Now we lay down our paper. I knew I'd catch myself. We're going to lay that down, and I'm going to use my technical post-it note to hold that in place. And I'm going to cut them out. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? They're pretty. So this we can go fast on, or as fast as I can. And let's bring that over. Let's see that magic. I'm not going to worry about that. That's garbage, essentially. Put my, and there are our beautiful gold foiled black butterflies. God, those are pretty. That really is a stunning combination. Now, what I can't wait for is if assuming they said they're going to be releasing more foil in time, more foil colors, is black foil on our Golden Glow. That's really kind of a combination that I want to see, is black foil on Golden Glow. I want to see that. Let's all cheer that that is something that's going to happen. We're going to put this aside. Let's do one more while we're still here. I should have been warming up my machine, but I just wanted to, just show you the whole process again. So we're going to repeat the steps. let that heat up. There we go. Yeah, it's so pretty. Where did I put all my other ones? So there's a lot of people have been coming up with ways to hack, to use this also as kind of a negative image, as it were, because where the foil is removed would be the negative image. And I'm going to play with that later. So the next combination I want to use with you is Secret Sea and Silver. I just thought that would be really nummy on camera. That's why I chose that combination. I thought it would look pretty on camera. Where are all my other butterflies? I have so many that I need to now turn into cards. And let me show you also what, since we have time here. By the way, when it heats the second time in each subsequent time, because I did a whole bunch before, it goes a little bit faster each time. So these are the rest of the dies that come with this, the actual dies. These are, you know, smooth, shiny parts. They're not the foiling things. So I thought I'd share that. And I only have one other set, which is the Flourish and Frames hot foil dies. And that is the hot foil part. And a couple of these are also hot foil parts. That one is, and these two little stripy pieces. The rest of these do the cutting. Those are hot foil parts too. It's really hard to see on this set, but it shows you your map too. These are all the hot foil pieces, and these are then your cuttable pieces. But let's I don't know how much longer it's going to be. Let's take a look at all the butterflies. All the pretty butterflies. All my cutout pieces, which are now garbage likely. Oh my gosh, they're just so pretty. Yep, so we have this extra foil. And I did the math the other night. Where I live with my tax code, sales tax and all that, it comes out to about a penny an inch. There are two, I'm going to screw up again. There are 2 rolls that come in your box, and each roll is 5 yards. So you get 10 yards, and that comes out to a lot. And I know this because I unrolled carefully one whole roll, and it does come out to about 5 yards. I didn't want to do that a lot, because the more you handle it, the more you risk getting flaws in your foiling. So you want to handle your foil part the least of any of this. So yeah, I come out to about a penny an inch, give or take, depending on your tax code. So it is, for a disposable product, it is very, very affordable. Again, if my math is correct, I actually had my husband double check me. Okay, here we go. Now it's just going to show you more of the hydrangea hue beautiful. They're just so pretty. Okay, so we need to put our plate on. Press the timer again, and the yellow bleeping means that the plate is heating up. Okay, well, we've got a minute of that. More of the prettiness. More of these pretties. And again, when I look at this from a certain angle, it doesn't look foiled, but when I look at it straight on, it is foiled. Is it the best impression on that little part? Probably of all of them, no. I don't know. I might have run it through too fast too when I ran it through that step. That was one that I was really rushing on. But again, you can see I did the black and gold with you guys really slow in how absolutely sufficient, as it were, what would be the word, thorough, whatever, you know. And my first one, because I was doing it one-handed, my first one actually was the Barely Blush and pink. I just love that. I don't know why. And I'm not a very pink girly girl, but it's just so pretty. For some reason, I had to try that first. I don't know. I was having a moment, I guess. So now we're just waiting for the dye, as it's called, but this is the hot dye part. There we go. So now we go ahead and lay our silver foil upside down, so it's the dull side, down on our plate carefully. And you see where you want to make sure that you cut your foil slightly bigger than your image in case you don't drop it down squarely. I had one of those and I was a little nervous. And then you want to place your cardstock on that. And then you place, I'm just going to keep calling it the lettuce. It's the hot foil shim. It's the lettuce of our sandwich or burger or whatever your thing is. And that, and we're going to unplug her and bring it over. And we're going to do this again. Again, I'm careful not to move a lot. And it's warm to touch, but it's not hot, but you want to treat it like it is hot to touch. I need to go slow. And you don't ever want to go backwards. You could actually remove the foil by doing that. So you do want to take this step slow. And again, it is safe to touch the bottom. It's warm, but I'm going to remove my spacer. I'm going to remove my shim. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to bring that over there. And I'm going to heat this up because I've got one more that I want to do. Probably not with you guys, but again, so just a reminder that this comes available tomorrow at some point on the 10th of July. And didn't stab it. I didn't stab it. It just made a loud sound. So let's bring this up. Hopefully I'm in camera, in view, and we can hear it and see it. Come on. That is the most sad. Oh God, you guys, Secret Sea and silver. Oh, is that ever pretty? I just thought, because silver is cool and Secret Sea is a cool tone paper, I just thought it'd go well. I mean, let's take a look. Would Secret Sea and gold? Yes, it'd be very pretty. But the colors almost fight each other. I mean, it just depends on what your look you're going for. See, gold, what's the opposite on the color wheel? It is blue. How would that be on, let's say, Blueberry Bushel? We'll be trying all these. I'll probably be wasting a lot of foil in the beginning. Not wasting. It's not waste. But you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. My last color combo I'm going to do offline is basic beige and gold. I just thought that that would be kind of a sharp, fancy look. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. Tomorrow I will be posting a list of the items. I need to go because apparently my machine is calling to me and I want to do this offline. I don't want to share everything with you guys, but I hope you've enjoyed this and that this has been helpful for you to see how easy it is. Again, the first time I did it was using the Barely Blush and the pink foil and I was so nervous. My husband has an office nearby and I'm like, just be quiet. And he thought I was talking to myself, and I was talking to the machine and all this crazy stuff. It was pretty funny. But anyway, yeah. But we'll see you tomorrow maybe with my finished projects, if I get a chance to finish them. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been a lot less chaotic than 2 nights ago when I did my box opening on this. And oh my gosh, that was funny. Comedy gold. Comedy gold. I'm here for you. I'm here as your comedy relief. See ya. Bye.